Cheating is one of those issues that's a big issue, and mostly in high-achieving teens. The statistics are a little staggering. The higher a student's GPA, the more likelihood that they've cheated in high school, which is shocking. And you think of why would they cheat? Actually, the better question is why would they not cheat? Because when you talk to kids about cheating, they will rationalize it in 100 different ways. Everyone's cheating. I've got too much work to do. I'm going to cheat on this test, but then I'll go back and learn the material. It's a lousy teacher. I need to cheat just to get into college. Once I get into college, I'll stop cheating. They fool themselves in all sorts of ways. The only reason not to cheat is because of their integrity. And this is the part as parents that we want to focus on, is that how do you stay whole when everyone else is doing this? You know, there's the part of you that knows you shouldn't cheat. How do you check in with that part when it's tempting? Because when a student gets caught cheating, they've been cheating for a while. They've been cheating for a while. And what we want to do is catch him and set the thermostat back to 0. Because the first time someone cheats, they're very anxious, they're nervous, they're scared, they're sweating. The 10th, 20th time someone's cheating, they just do it automatically. They don't even think about it. We want to set it back to 0 such that now it's a first-time experience again. So we get to say to them, you have the option to never cheat again. And let's talk about what that would feel like. And let's talk about what it is to be whole. And those conversations will really matter with kids. Oftentimes, as a head of school, I'll bring the teacher in to have the conversation. And I remember one teacher, she said it really brilliantly. She was upset for the student for cheating, and she had all sorts of reasons, and then she sort of hit that moment where her eyes lit up, and she said, I know the reason. She looked right at the student, and she said, you're stopping me from being the best teacher I can be. Because when I give a test, and you give back an A work, I assume you really know it, and I feel good and I move on to the next thing. The reality is the scaffold's not there. You're not going to learn the other things and you're going to have to cheat more. And that means also in the beginning, I didn't teach it well enough, and I have to figure out different ways to teach it. So I want to be a great teacher, and I find out later that it's a lie. I'm not really a great teacher because you've been cheating all along the way. So really the reason I'm angry at you is you're stopping me from being a great teacher. When kids hear that from a teacher, changes the game, because now they realize it's not as much about them as it's about the teacher. And what we need to have for kids is lots of arrows in their quiver about reasons not to cheat, because it's too easy for them to cheat and get away with it. And there's got to be a lot of reasons that sustain their own self-esteem about not cheating.